Hey everybody, we're back. Pretty, what can I say? Clean run on the last one. No, it wasn't. No, we basically won because we drew limit break at the right time. But it's a win nonetheless. Rare colorless card. Apotheosis. The bomb? Interesting. If we could get like a barricade or like an entrench impervious sort of run going. Hand of Greed. Magnet, the bomb. I see the value of sadistic nature to an extent. Think about it, man. Magnetism, I don't know, I'm just not messing with it. It's very slow. One day I'll come to appreciate it, because I'm sure it's a rare for a reason that's backed up by data, but sadistic nature does turn bash into a 15 damage attack. Uppercut becomes kind of incredible. Shockwave is really good. The bomb... I'm going to take sadistic. The bomb feels like the right play. But I feel like sadistic nature, maybe I've slept on it, man. Maybe I've slept on it in the past, and this is my time to maybe see the true power of it in an ideal circumstance. I don't know, though. I don't really have anything to back that up. We'll see. Now, I'm going to try to avoid what I often do, which is now trying to build my entire run around the theme of the first card we got. 2 powers early just kind of scares me, but you know what? I think it's the best card available. Let's go with it. I would love to cut a curse, but I need to be able to do damage to enemies. I hate this. I feel like we need to go Whirlwind here, and I'm a little bit like on the back foot already, just in terms of my preferred deck construction. Can I hit you with something crazy? Give me the Warp Tongs, and then maybe, like, I want to remove it, obviously, but if we can't remove it, maybe we could just get, that's very nice. If I can't remove it, maybe I could get a regret, and I could use regret plus pain as a way to, like, temporarily gain strength while also being unable to remove it in the interim period. I do think a second wind is potentially nice late, but also potentially nice early. Sure. Because it could exhaust one of the curses that's so annoying. But I just thought the tongs are like such a good upgrade that, like, let's pay whatever the price is. Now, I do think I would take this no matter what. It's nice that we get the extra 5 damage, but more than anything else, we just need the ability to put out some reasonably, like, decent damage out there. Cultist Potion plus Whirlwind should make this, like, not catastrophic. Maybe merely, like, pretty bad. At least you're done. It makes Whirlwind a little less enticing, but simplifies our lives a little bit. Sure, let's finally get this out here. Let's put it to the test, and then we still get to play a 20 damage Whirlwind. I don't know. It's a little bit of a different sort of build for me. I used to like sadistic nature a lot, and then I feel like I kind of noticed. I say feel like because I can't validate whether or not this actually is backed up, but I feel like I would take it and then I would lose the run. Sometimes later, sometimes earlier, but always eventually. I mean, Juggernaut plus Metallicize is a nice little combo. Let me think about what we want to cook up here. Probably Whirlwind is what you need the most. It makes hallway fights substantially easier on average. We'd really like to find a way to get to a shop. The shop is not too far away. I think, honestly, we're going to make out like a bandit. Let's do it, man. I think we're going to make out like a bandit with this Warp Tongs pickup. Not to start talking about the best Animal Collective album. People, like, listen, okay? I don't want to get into it because it's a very... I don't want people's feelings to get hurt, I guess, is all I'm trying to say. You're not dead. You're dead. Maybe this makes me basic, but I really am a Merryweather post-pavilion sort of guy. I'm also I'm a Fall Be Kind EP sort of guy. Obviously, What Would I Want Sky is an all-time classic. Shout out to Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead. But then on top of that, I Think I Can. That's a pretty classic song. It's on the Peloton playlist. If we're going to say no Merryweather Post-Pavilion Fall Be Kind era is allowed, you're going to say NL. Are you going to put your street cred on Sung Tongs? Are you going to sell out a little bit and go Strawberry Jam? Sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. You already know I'm going Strawberry Jam. Peacebone, Fireworks. Sorry, where was I? I blacked out for a second. Let's take Flash of Steel. We're going to take a lot of damage on the way here. But then, well, we could always rest. Do we have to rest? Who's the boss? The ideal boss to not rest on? Are you kidding me, man? That's a dream come true. Now, there's probably a case to be made for playing just a big whirlwind instead of what I did do, but I'm kind of seduced by this Juggernaut Metallicized combo. And I'm not going to say for better or for worse, because I think I know that it's for worse. But it is like, I mean, it's 3 passive block. Very interesting there. It's 3 passive block and 5 passive damage per turn. That's pretty nice, man. It's got me feeling a certain... I would take a second Metallicize any day of the week in this unique scenario. Stump that. An uppercut is just... It's hard for me to ignore when I have sadistic nature. The one thing I will say is there's a big negative associated with it. We have way too many 2-cost cards. So an energy relic is like borderline necessary, I think. The second wind is paying like surprising dividends too, man. You're not gonna die, so... Okay. The question is, are we gonna rest before the fight? We're gonna have 20 HP. So obviously when you rest, it scales the enemy's strength, which is bad. I think we can go without it, but I do think it's gonna be close. I'm not thrilled about it. Let's get the uppercut pump, but I think it's going to be like as good from a damage mitigation standpoint as like upgrading one Metallicize. But yeah, so I think this is going to suck a little bit. I'm holding Distilled Chaos just to see... Should probably weaken you, I guess. I'm holding Distilled Chaos just to see like if we can use it on a turn where things get really rough, but... Now, every block is 7 damage. It pays to keep that in mind. Like that right there, that's 21 damage on top of the block, and then you get 7 extra at the end thanks to the Metallicize anyway. Similarly, a Clothesline Second Wind does some great work for you. It exhausts the bird. Dude, the Second Wind is like... It's the unsung hero, if it weren't for the fact that I'm constantly singing about it, I guess. So we got like 3 turns to finish the job. You're about to do 12 damage. I think we can afford to... I mean, it's either a whirlwind for 8 or a block for 7, plus we get the block. This seems fine. Almost any combination of our cards will win this. Like, even a second wind, I think, would do the job. Dude, we lost like 1 HP on the whole fight. That's amazing. Exhume, not necessary. I'm toying around with the idea that there's like really fun Exhume builds out there. Ever since that first run, man, where we did like Exhume Infernal Blade, when they're both upgraded, it's like you get to play like 5 cards for 0, which is sometimes a positive if you're not fighting the Timekeeper and you have like Letter Opener. And then also, you know, you get to choose what the attack is to an extent. But we're going offering. I don't know why I was like belaboring the point. I'll be honest with you, I think we can deal with Busted Crown. It's probably one of the most hated relics strategically, because it has, in true video game parlance, it has the most offensive thing to a board game player is not something that's bad, it's something that looks good, but tricks new players into thinking it's good, but actually has like an insidious negative effect. And it does have an insidious negative effect, that's undeniable. But I'm a beginner, so... I'm gonna second win, man. I don't care. Get all these defends out of here. It's not like I'm gonna really want to play them after you make me create a daze for every skill that I play. Or every non-attack that I play. Plus, we got a lot of, like, built-in blocks here. We got some good things going on. It's an unusual build. Like, it is really themed around sadistic nature. which is not typical for me. It's a card I usually don't even take. Headbutt, I don't think it's necessary, honestly. I think right now we can pay dividends just by keeping the deck kind of clean. Let's try a Distilled Chaos here. Juggernaut. Okay, so that's good. That's good. We're gonna have 8 block. That's something I can live with. And we should be playing upgraded strikes instead of, I mean, like, we're getting into kind of the flow chart here, but we really should be playing upgraded strikes instead of whirlwinds when there's only one enemy available. If there's more than one enemy, it's a different story, but when there's only one enemy, that's the math. Don't need a cleave. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful start. I'll never complain. Now, this might be a fight, and this is the strength of Offering, man. This might be a fight where we feel like we don't actually need to play Offering. We could play Offering, but we don't need to play Offering. There's a pretty good chance you just die. Let's try to finish the job. You're going to die to a block anyway. We're better off spending on beating the Chosen here. You're not doing damage to me, so I'm just going to ruin your life. Metallicize. Metallicize is relevant. Second wind we can get away with. It actually worked out very well. No complaints. Dude, everything's coming up here. Forget the explosion potion. Give me the energy. Forget Wild Strike. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know what I'm looking for right now. Which is actually a bad place to be in. We should definitely remove this curse. I was like, should we remove a strike? I really don't feel like I was tempted to add a Hemokinesis, but I do think we could use like one really good attack. But I'm not sure Hemokinesis is it. And the uppercut's like, I mean, uppercut itself does 23 damage for 2. That's pretty good. Clothesline does 19 damage for 2. And this comes with the weakness as well. So like, there's a lot of positives there. Even Bash, unupgraded, it's doing 13 and 2 vulnerable for 2. That's pretty solid. Like, I don't think we need to just throw in a Hemokinesis just because. But I will say, I feel like the deck is performing well on hallway fights, but it might lack something in, like, a scaling department as we get a little further on. But for now, we'll see. Also, I guess, like, I should point out, we kind of desperately need some form of block, right? Like, if we added a single... I guess we've added 2 Metallicizes in a second win, but... Okay, it has to be done on this one. 18 block, is that going to come to pass? We're getting 4 by default, so we can get to 10. This will do 7. If I could just do 8 damage to you via something else. Maybe this is like a bash. 21 damage. And then this. And then, okay, I need either energy or block. Give me the energy. And then you'll die to the Metallicize. Yeah. I was hoping we get a potion back, but... Alright. On 55 health, I'm not thrilled about this, but let's give it a try. We have lots of ways to weaken. Like, this is an enemy that really gets hurt by being weakened. You're doing 10. I'm going to put up 6 by default. I'm going to play the potion just because I'd rather not have a wound in the deck, and the extra damage is just gravy on top. Okay, Sadistic Nature. 6, you're doing 15. We are going to take 1, but... I mean, our defends are actually doing more damage than strikes at this point, so... We'll make you vulnerable, and then play a second wind. And then play... See? Default upgraded strike. I'm not mentally cooked. I might be in the sous vide, but I'm not mentally cooked. We have 7 damage coming out. This will do... This does enough. Okay, that was actually like a pretty good fight. Give me a potion back. Or a Calcum. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. What an amazing turn to draw Whirlwind next time. You know what we need? And don't be mad, because I say that I need this like every time. But Demon Form. Demon Form would really hit the spot on this one, man. We should play Offering. We need the tempo against these guys. That's very nice. That's very nice. Let's still play the Whirlwind. We're going to take a nasty hit here, aren't we? 8? It's not that bad. And an uppercut? You're very likely to die. Oh, but if I just kill you, then you definitely die. The math understander has logged on. That's not really our tempo. That's our tempo. You, honestly, apologies, I just can't stop saying tempo. This guy might be our tempo. I mean, I would love to get Snecko Eye as a boss relic to begin with. 11 block? I think, like... I mean, this is heinous. I think that we're actually, like, in an okay spot on this fight. But I do think that we will probably struggle with this upcoming boss. We need to get this out here. You're done, bud. I think we'll struggle with the upcoming boss, because as of right now, we have no form of scaling. Like, we don't get stronger over time. We exhaust bad cards, which is a form of getting better, but, like, it's not like there's any huge payoff. Like, our best card is Whirlwind, which is awesome, but we just don't, like, on a non-hallway fight, it's not that advantageous. Sorry, I'm Let's Playing. I've entered a fugue state. I'm Let's Playing. So the obvious question then would be, well, like, what do you want then? What do you want as a card to really pull this together? Are you going to make me say it again? This'll be 12 damage, okay. Yes, that's the right play. Well, in that case, what we want as a card is Demon Form, man. Because it makes... If we want one good attack, it makes all of our attacks better. By the way, worst Orichalcum user, 2024, but... It solves the problem with all of our attacks. Stop giving me Evolve, man! I did it to I know, I took Cracked Crown. I did it to myself, okay? Transforming 2 cards, mighty interesting. Well, you know what? We don't need Demon Form if we have a Jax. But it adds up, man. Especially with Offering, we'll expect to have to rest a lot. Strength on the first turn is great, don't get me wrong, with like Whirlwind especially. I think we need to get Jaxed, man. And I guess it got upgraded by default, which is nice, thanks to the Toxic Egg. But I had to remind myself, like, yes, any day of the week. We're struggling on boss fights. And if you're struggling on boss fights, you need, usually, scaling. Let's give it a try. Because, like, you know, a Wild Strike is, like, a perfectly cromulent way to deal with, like, 3 basic enemies. But once you gotta do 320 damage to a dude, it starts to become a little bit trickier. I'm gonna throw out another Offering. I know it's a bit crazy, but the tempo it can give us is out of control, man. Dude, I'm almost like I should like weaken you, but we gotta bust you guys down first. It's gotta happen. You're done. You're cooked. Start working on you. I'm thrilled to have the bites, just to be clear. I think that's something that we were missing, because it gives us a little bit more sustainability. And actually, it's really great at what a beautiful RNG we got there on the orb too. But it's great because it can allow us to gain strength, but then we can keep our HP high enough to not have to rest at every campfire, hopefully, as a result of the life gain we get from it. But I would do this. And Orichalcum is keeping us in there. You know the deal. We're gonna have to survive like one big attack, possibly more than one big attack, and that's probably happening like right now. But at least you didn't have a chance to get too strong first. I think I gotta bash you. Like I could play 2 blocks and get 5 extra block or something, but The Orichalcum was like doing enough to put us in there. I think we had to consider our tempo. All right, we made it. We're definitely not gonna lose. But I'm a little concerned about the next floor, but a Reaper would bring me right back, man. You have to take it, and I think I shouldn't be disappointed. I should be thrilled. And to be honest with you, dude, Runic Cube is like the perfect get for us. That means every time we play Offering, we're going to draw an extra card. Every time we play Jax, we're going to draw an extra card. That might be like the most bullish thing we could have gotten there. I love this path. That gives me a chance to breathe a little bit, maybe. Maybe a little chance to feel the rain on my skin, because nobody else can feel it for me, Samurai. Okay, let's think about it. We're gonna weaken you. You're gonna do 10 damage, which means right now we don't need to play a second wind, because Orichalcum plus Metallicize gets us where we need to go. Do we need to play Offering? As cowardly as it seems, maybe, if I can get by without playing Offering, it makes sense to get by without playing Offering. There's just a little bit of like inherent risk involved, but brother, I think we might be thrilled to see another clothesline, honestly. And the deck is far from being too thick. If such a thing even exists. I'm just messing. It's neither the time nor the place, to be honest. We're going to take a hit here. If we're going to take a hit here, just weather the storm. Don't even worry about playing the Whirlwinds. I'm telling you, if our shop... If we're even going to get one, now that I think about it. But if our shop contains a Reaper, we are off to the races, man. Because we can just, like, game our strength as high as we can get it to go. And then play the Reaper when there's hopefully, like, 1 to 3 enemies left at, like, 20 HP each. And then we could heal basically back to full. If anybody's got to go, you've got to go. Four block, 7, 13. Okay, so this means we won't take a hit because of Orichalcum. I love it. We might even be able to like game the system a little bit with I can't believe that gets you. With the bites. Like we could kill one of these guys with bites, block for the other one, and then just like keep doing that until we get back to full HP, but it's probably close to being, like, a little bit ridiculous. So I'm just gonna chill on that idea for a minute. Leaving one enemy on 1 HP is a nice way to make that happen, though. I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. This will definitely kill you. And then I could kill you. Or I could get hit. Let's kill you, and we're basically at full HP anyway. Sword Boomerang is pretty good, man, but I can't shake the feeling that now we're actually kind of okay on attacks. No Reaper. Ornamental Fan is nice. I think we love removing defense, though. Actually, I'd love a fruit juice, too. I rarely buy potions at the shop, but... removing a defend is nice because we tend not to play them already because of Orichalcum. We don't play them as often, at least. It is something nice to be targeted by Whirlwind, though. 11 damage times 3. Would kill you. We would take 12 damage in the process. That kind of stings. That's kind of the sort of thing I'm not super stoked about. 15 damage to you, and then maybe the luckiest Metallicize of all time. Oh! What can I say? If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. Hate to do it, man. But this won't even... I don't even think this will get the job... Well, it probably would have, but... whatever. This shouldn't be too bad. Probably, I mean, Limit Break first is kind of a no-brainer, but... We have so few relics, dude. I just realized I've been... One way you could think of this is that I'm a coward. Be like, NL, you really have like not fought that many elites. And that's true. The way I choose to think about it is I'm such a card-pilled deck maxer right now. I'd like to play one more bite if possible. Thank you. You shouldn't have. Oh, never mind. You did. Dude, who's the boss? Probably laying it on a little thick with another metallicized then. Otherwise, I would have been all over it, but okay. I think we're in a pretty good spot though. Dazed, reeling, but not about to break. Can I say something, by the way? I was worried is probably not the right word, but I was thinking that, like, am I setting myself up for disaster in Slay the Spire? I say this without irony. I think it's my favorite video game of all time. I know it has no story. That might be one of the things that makes it my favorite video game of all time, if you know me. Not to say I've never been affected by a video game story, but I also just appreciate one that's like, here's, like, you know, 10 cards, go to business, or go to work. And I know you're going to say, well, NL, what about something like The Binding of Isaac? Well, I've unchained myself from the idea that the game in which I have the most playtime is necessarily my favorite. Like, is your favorite meal the meal that you've had the most? If so, I'm happy for you, but it's probably like a great meal you had from a restaurant or something like that. I really look at Slay the Spire as like that. It's a master work of craftsmanship and artistry. So what I was worried about is that I was setting myself up for disappointment by always grinding the character until I get to Ascension 20, just guaranteeing that the last time I play that character, for an extended period of time at least, greatest limit break of all time just dropped, would probably be like perhaps the most frustrating time I had ever played as that character. But I gotta tell you, we've been playing as the Ironclad for, I don't know, we're probably closing in on like 3 weeks, and every day I say to myself, thank God I'm not playing the Watcher right now. Which is funny because the Watcher is like really, really strong character, but just not having to deal with the stance changes is, it's got me feeling very nice. 13 damage might be where we want to stick, man. Because we're getting passive damage. It's just, this guy is about being patient, as much as I hate to admit it. 18 damage, even 18 damage is like pretty solid. I'd be happy to just take 3. Maybe we can finish you off with some bites and almost be at full HP. Like this turn, I don't really want to get a curse in my deck. I really don't want to take 42 damage if I can avoid it. We're only doing 7 damage to you. Oh, but we're not taking much though. Oh, no, we're doing 7 damage twice. Beautiful. What do you want to take? Take a defend. I don't even need to look at the rest. Art of War. There may be some turns where that does something for me. There may not be as well. I think we've got a very good thing going. This is kind of where it sucks a little bit. Because, like, we don't have great guaranteed block every turn. I know we have the metallicizes, but so like this enemy kind of hard counters us, but I think as long as we make it through this, we're looking real nice, man. So let's debuff you. Second Wind would pick up, it's probably smart, even though it loses a metallic. No, it's only going to give us 2, it's going to give us 10 block. I hate to say it, man. I think you slow play it a little bit just because we have the bites in the deck. We have like the ability to do it. I think this looks a lot spookier than it is. Let's put it that way. You're 18. I'll put up 13 block passively. Just like let's slow it down a little bit. Stem the tide. This does 20. Oh, so you're dead. This will kill you. Okay, that sucked, but it had to be done. Headbutt Limit Break is a classic combination. I'm gonna rest just because, like, I don't... I haven't fought an elite, right? Like, you never know. These things could go terribly wrong. And sure, I'll exhaust. I'll exhaust a basic defend any day of the week, man. I'd love to exhaust 3 burns, too. That might be kind of a lot to ask. If we can save that fairy in a jar for the boss, I really like our odds. Okay, so whatever we play and headbutt back, we'll get next turn. Next turn, I would love to... Honestly, it sounds maybe crazy. I think we'd rather have like 1 extra bite than anything else, if it only does 1 damage anyway. You're not doing much. You can bite, and then let's get rid of a burn. I would love to kill you this turn, but I'm not sure it's happening. So, despite everything I said, by the way, I will admit, without a doubt, I'm very excited to... hang on, I gotta do the math. This takes you to 58, and then this would not kill you. So I have to play this instead. Ah! You're dead. You're dead. I didn't think about it. You're dead. When the math is very wrong. But what I was gonna say is, when we eventually finish the Ironclad, I'm excited to play as the Silent, man. I've had some great runs as the Silent. Always enjoy them. I think I know it seems like a whirlwind play, but I actually think this fight goes better if we slow it down and give ourselves more time to feast with the bite. But again, you know, I've been wrong many times in my life. Let's headbutt a limit break back. 22 damage on the field. It's kind of a lot. This literally keeps us alive. And I don't know, puts us in a good position to keep feasting, I think. As long as, yeah, because you're not all attacking on the same turn. Fight for 20. Fight for... Get him out there, that's all I'm trying to say. It's a kind of a tactical position to be. I'd rather have 3 of them alive, but on low HP, than have one have too much HP for me to be able to, like, punch through in 1 attack. That gets you. This gets you. More or less. This gets you. I'm not playing my Jack, so I've accidentally killed you. My apologies. That wasn't my intention. I'm hoping you're more like the kind of enemy that might be farmable for me. I'm also betting that you are going to give me a potion. Juggernaut's big. Clothesline is important. That kind of locks you down for like the whole fight, and then just play as many bites as you can. And the limit break is functionally useless. The Metallicize is doing incredible work, man. The minimum 7, basically 7 block plus 7 attack. Absolutely sign me up for that. Sign me up for drawing an Ascender's Bane. Just the card we wanted to see, just kidding. Bring back another limit break. See, this is like the opposite of that one fight. We're like uniquely well positioned to destroy this enemy. And much like the baby and the Dinosaurs TV show, you gotta love it. He was spitting when he said that. You dude. I almost slipped into an impression. Remember the people, remember the baby from the Dinosaur show. You gotta love me, I'm the baby, you gotta love me. And we did love him for many years. Many years it was in prime time. Rare for a puppet show to be in prime time. ABC. Were you guys alive in the 90s, or do you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about right now? Probably that, right? Probably. All right, big dog, go ahead and hit me for 22. I'm choosing to take a step forward here and helping out my tempo on this fight. Then, give me a limit break. Offer. Sadistic nature. I think it's still worth playing. I think the Metallicize is still worth playing. It's giving me pause a little bit, but... Okay, we take 9. The faster we can get another limit break, the happier we'd be. Now, are we going to play another? The answer is yes. We're going to play it all. Which means probably yes, I use Fairy in a bottle. Now the question is, how deep do you want to go with Jax? Man, we don't need to play it. We're already gaining. Well, you could maybe play it once. Oh, sorry, I've lost my mind. You're doing 19 damage. We have 13 guaranteed block. Well, then in that case, this gives us an HP surplus. Could also exhaust one card. Yeah, I'm not that interested in that. We're on 17 life. We'll probably kill you this turn. If you're going to kill this turn, do it with your bites. It's going to be kind of tight. That's not helpful. We're dead? Oh, but okay, so it... Oh, no, you could draw? 34... I'm not even questioning. They're on 37. Okay, we lived. But it's not looking great. A limit break is a necessary play. So we're on 16 life. I think a defend, because you're already weak. It's like a defend and a bite keeps us alive. We did also do a 50 damage whirlwind, which is kind of... I guess maybe I could have just killed you with whirlwind. Lose 3 HP. How could you? Well, this keeps us alive. I think I'm stupid and we just need to headbutt a whirlwind back into our lives and then we own you. Yeah, we probably could have won like 2 turns ago. Well, anyway, I thought we were for sure going to lose at the end, so I'm going to take that as an absolute dub. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're on to Ascension 14. If you liked it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And of course, as always, I will see you next time. See ya!